Welcome to another edition of the CEO Tour. I'm Len Fridman. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Wellness Living. And today, really excited because we got two guests today on the CEO Tour. We have Ginty and Joanne. They're from Yoga 7, and they're actually a Canadian company, and their location is in Mississauga. Super excited to have you both on the CEO Tour today in today's episode. Normally what we like to do is really share your story and how you got into yoga and what got you started in at Yoga 7. Who would want to start it off and kind of kickstart the story?
I could start it off a little bit and Ginty can chime in. So thank you so much, Len. It's such a pleasure to join you, and thank you so much for sharing our story with your community. I would say about 10 years ago, I had a really cool job. I traveled around, I went to exclusive events, and I schmoozed with movie stars, and I wore beautiful dresses and went to these awesome parties. And I was living the life about to purchase my first condo in the city. And then 3 Mack trucks hit me in very quick succession. My mother was diagnosed with breast cancer. My dad had a massive heart attack and passed away. And then shortly thereafter, I was laid off from my job. And I was completely devastated. My whole world came crumbling down around me in about a year. And then one day, just like any other day, I was driving around our neighborhoods and I kept passing by the same neighborhood yoga studio that I've driven by a million times before. But there was something inside me that day that was different, but I just made a decision that day to go in and join. And that studio became a saving grace for me. And it gave me a place to go every day and that sense of community and belonging that I had so desperately missed. And I started to see the same people in every class. And, we would roll our mats out next to each other. And even though I didn't know everyone by name, I recognized the same faces, and they brought me back to life. And one of those people I would roll my mat out with several times a week was Ginty. And then that studio closed, and then we were thinking about reopening, and Ginty and I joined forces, and we looked around for different spaces in our community. And about 10 months after this studio where we met closed, we ended up opening a studio in the exact same space. And we had a great run there. We had 5 great years there. We built an incredible community. And we ended up moving to another space about 1 kilometer down the road. And it was much smaller and it didn't have all the bells and whistles, but our community rallied behind us. They helped us build this new studio. And then COVID hit. Quickly, Ginty became the VP of technology and quickly figured out how to go online. And that's when we started to offer classes online.
Once COVID hit, our technology costs really went up because we had Zoom to worry about, and the Zoom integration that wasn't there with our previous software supplier. And Joanne mentioned that at one of her events that she'd been at, Wellness Living had spoken, and so I looked into it and found that Wellness Living had pretty much everything we needed, including Zoom integration, at a lower cost than we were paying before. It was about 6 months after we had gone virtual that we switched to Wellness Living, with biting our nails all the way through because we had 7 years of customer data with our previous provider, and people were already a little frustrated with Zoom and the things that could go wrong there. And we thought, all we need now is for the migration to go horribly wrong and everybody's going to go, I'm not playing anymore. But thankfully it went well. And
there's a lot of business out there, and that's kind of like the number one trepidation that they have is that, hey, how am I going to possibly move like years and years of client data and client credit cards, transition to a new software, data loss, and is everything going to work out? Am I still going to get my reoccurring payments coming in every month that I count on to pay my bills and everything? So we have an amazing team, and I know that you guys dealt with quite a few of folks from Wellness Living. Is we really try to make that process for you as easy and seamless as possible.
Your team was definitely there for us when we needed them. Even late into the night, they were really there for us, and it was a pretty seamless transition. And our clients are delighted.
Yeah,
it's so easy for them.
That's awesome. I think that's really the important thing is really that client experience, making sure that, that at the end of the day that your clients, the members that you have are liking the software, makes booking and all of the other things super easy for them.
The app is great, and it's great for very easy for teachers as well. It was much easier for teachers to log in and start classes, so the teachers are also very happy. And what was also great too is also that we can host our online library on your site too, which was also a beautiful added bonus that we didn't have to get another software to do that. It was all in one. And we're proud Canadians, and we love to support Canadian companies. So that was also on the top of our list of something that was important to us.
COVID hit everybody pretty badly, but we lost a lot of clients because we had to close those physical premises, and there were so many that didn't want to go online. We had a core of about 45 people who've been absolutely dedicated and with us since we went online. Some of them taking between 25 and 30 classes a month ever since we went online. So not having to pay extra for a Zoom integration and being able to give people easy access to log in and join the classes, and having the savings in money was very important to us.
And I think that sense of community that you guys were able to keep during the pandemic was absolutely vital. And really the only way you could have done that is with those virtual classes. Like, how else would you have been able to maintain that connection with your members and continue bringing in that revenue?
And it was just that sense of community that people were missing. People were feeling so isolated at home, especially people who lived on their own, and they just needed that sense of community and connection with people. And we had so many people email us saying thank you so much for continuing, because we need this. We were desperate for that human connection and to move their body and have some sense of peace, because people were working at home. So you're working at home, you're homeschooling your kids, you don't have a break, and people needed that hour break out of their day just to disconnect.
Just amazing that you guys were able to continue offering that service to maintain that connection and to kind of bring that positivity to so many people. So that's wonderful. And additionally, you guys mentioned also that you have on-demand classes that you host on our video platform, FitVid. Take us through that as well, and how that's working out for you.
Every class we do is recorded. So usually I'll grab them. I don't grab all of them because I haven't got all day to spend editing videos, but I'll grab them from time to time and just put on a little welcome cover and cut off any chatter at the beginning and then they're up there. So if anybody misses a class or wants to try a teacher, then we just say go to the library and grab it from the library. We've also been employing our teachers to record special classes or sessions for us, and some of them have taken us up on that. So I've even got one who does her favorite recipes that she'll go and record in her kitchen as she makes them, and I do a quick edit and then they're ready to go up there. Easy for people to access. I like it.
What would you say would be those sort of standout features that you guys are using and are really getting the most out of, would you say?
Definitely the Zoom integration. I'm loving the dashboards myself. I've got about 4 or 5 dashboards that I'm constantly flipping between to see what's going on. They give me a good overview of the business and the sales.
The auto emails that can go out to help for client retention are also really fantastic.
I just started to do customizable emails. I'm quite enjoying having some marketing emails that I can modify and then very quickly send them to all the people who've signed up for a class.
We'd like to explore the text messaging. We haven't ventured into that yet, but we're going to start dipping our toes into that too.
Oh yeah, I've done a few and I've done a couple. They work well.
Cool. Yeah, that's another sort of thing where it was always in our roadmap to do the two-way conversational text messaging. But we really wanted to expedite that because of the situation with the pandemic, just to make sure that, we make it as easy as possible for you guys to be able to communicate with your clients. Emails are wonderful, but emails, a lot of times, people kind of look at them and just kind of, may not open them, or, may, for whatever reason, they may get, thousands of them, and it just kind of overburdens their inbox.
Yeah.
But text messaging is when they get a personalized text message, the likelihood of them opening it and reading it and then responding to it is very high, and enable, that communication is so vital to maintain that connection with your clients. Ginty and Joanne, thank you so much for sharing your story and your experiences with us. You guys are super positive examples of what you can do when you put your mind to it, and overcoming huge obstacles and creating something really amazing. For all you guys out there watching, if you're in is it Port Credit in Mississauga? Yeah, if you're there and you're looking for an amazing yoga class, Pilates, any type of fitness class, definitely check out Yoga 7. Highly recommend it. Bye for now, everybody, and I'll see you on the next episode of the CEO Tour.